Hello everyone. It's it's me again. Um I suck at intros, so I think it would be best just to get into this. Um if you read the title of the video, which most of you probably have, you would know that the that today's video is about depression and that. Yep, it's about the word depression. Well, not the word, the mental disorder. I have some notes that I'm looking at, so I guess I'll just start by defining depression, which uh, it is basically the feeling of sadness, of hopelessness, um, and just not wanting to do anything. And you might be asking, well, everyone gets like that. At least once in their lives. What's the difference between just feeling down and being depressed? Well, feeling down is maybe last for a couple minutes, maybe an hour, maybe a day. But being depressed lasts from a day to multiple days in a row. Maybe you have a day of being depressed and a day of being happy and then a day of being depressed. It's like alternating days. I have the National Institute of Mental Health pulled up on my screen, and it says that quote, do you feel sad, empty, and hopeless most of the day, nearly every day? Have you lost interest or pleasure in your hobbies or being with friends and family? Are you having trouble eating, sleeping, and functioning? If you have felt this way for at least 2 weeks, you may have depression. And then it goes on to say it's a serious but treatable mood disorder. And that's basically what it boils down to. It's a mood disorder. And it has all to do with the mood that you're in, the emotions that you're feeling. So, now that I've explained what depression is, I want to get into kind of helping people who are not struggling with depression, helping them to understand what people who struggle with depression feel like, and basically some facts about depression that they might not know because they've never experienced depression. I guess if this video does anything else, I just want it to help people who aren't struggling with depression be able to empathize with the people who are, and to gain a better understanding of what the people who are experiencing depression are going through. So I have some notes here. One thing that people with that people that don't struggle with depression need to know about the people who do is it's not just a phase. We can't just snap out of our sadness. It doesn't work like that. We can't just choose to be happy. So yeah, it's not a phase. And continuing on with that, you you can't you can't just snap out of your depression. Like, you can snap out of your sadness, but you can't snap out of depression. And that's what makes depression different than just feeling sad, because when you're sad, you can just snap out of it. You can choose to be happy. When you're depressed, you can't choose to be happy, because you're sad. And no matter what you do, you always are sad. And you are never you can't choose to be happy, that's what I'm saying. Moving on from the phase number 2, the second thing that people with depression want everyone else to understand is that depression comes and goes, but it never really leaves. What I mean by that is, like yesterday, I was happy. Yesterday was one of my good days. I was happy, I was motivated, I was up, I had energy, I had motivation, and today I just feel sad, and that's what I mean by it comes and goes, is maybe your depression skips a day, and then it comes back. Maybe it skips multiple days and then comes back. Maybe it skips a week and then comes back. But depression never really leaves. The main thing I can describe it as, every day depression is a battle within yourself. Every morning you have to either aren't depressed that day or are depressed that day. It's not our choice to be depressed. We just are. And we don't like it. That's what I want the people who don't have depression to realize. We hate being depressed, but we can't do anything about it. Because we're sad and we physically can't be happy. So that was the second thing. The third thing, which I've already touched on, is a lack of motivation. And that's basically self-explanatory, but to go into more detail, it is basically not wanting to do anything. Just having... not wanting to do anything, basically. So that was the lack of motivation. Another thing that people without depression need to know, in order to help those, to empathize with those who are depressed, is it goes back to the thing of we can't be happy. And the lack of motivation. It's a key sign that you're depressed is you're not enjoying the things you used to enjoy. So take me, for example. I love video games. I've loved them ever since I was a kid, and I will love them until the day I die. But when I'm depressed, when I'm going through a day where I am depressed, or a week when I am depressed, I not only do I not feel the motivation to play them, but whenever I do play them, I kind of have to force myself to play them because I don't enjoy them. And I used to enjoy them, but I don't anymore. That's what depression does to you. It takes away the things you enjoy. That's what it does to you. The next thing is the feeling of helplessness. And the best way I can describe this is the first week that my boyfriend was in jail and he was put on suicide watch, which means he couldn't get any visits because he was in a padded cell, and he was being watched, so he wasn't allowed visits. And I felt helpless because there wasn't anything I could do. That first week, it's difficult to talk about, but that was the week that I felt most depressed. And the feeling of helplessness definitely added to my depression. And the next thing, and to go along with the feeling of helplessness, is the feeling of hopelessness. Which, I mean, kind of goes hand in hand with the feeling of helplessness. And it also kind of goes hand in hand with what depression is. Is the feeling of hopelessness, that you aren't good for anyone. That you're a burden. And the last thing is just feeling alone. I can attest to this myself. Because that week that my boyfriend was on suicide watch, I felt the loneliness I've felt alone. I felt alone. And I felt helpless and I felt hopeless. And I felt like my whole life was just crashing down around me. It wasn't easy. And it's still not. It's not easy to talk about. But, those are the things that I wanted the people who don't struggle with depression to know about the people who do struggle with depression. So I hope this video has helped at least one person. Because if it helps just at least one person, that means that I've done my job. That means I've helped. And that's what these videos are for. They're for helping. Not only helping me, but helping y'all. Helping anyone who stumbles across this video. And if any of you are watching this video and you want to know, am I depressed? And if you fit any of the they're not tips, the phrases that I said, if you fit any one of those, or any two of those, or any three of those, or any four of those, or maybe all of them, as in my case, I fit all of them, I encourage you to get help, to find resources. Because I guarantee you, if it wasn't for me taking the initiative and telling myself, I'm going to get help, I'm going to not let this depression beat me. If it wasn't for that, I don't know where I would be. I might be dead. I might have attempted suicide. So I would encourage anyone who is struggling with depression, or anyone who knows someone who is struggling with depression, to reach out. To scream as loud as you can in your own way, I need help. I don't like living this way. I don't like being depressed. I need help. That's what I would encourage you to do. And if you know someone who is depressed, be there for them. Because I guarantee you, that one act of kindness, that one act of selflessness, can be the difference between suicide, self-harming, falling deeper into depression. What I characterize depression as is when people ask me to visualize my depression, I tell them to imagine a hole or a well, and you're trapped at the bottom, and no matter how much you dig or how much you climb, you can't get out. But you can't get out of that well or that hole. It's difficult. No one said it was easy, but with the right combination of help, you can get out. Alright, well, that's this video. I'm gonna make this public. I don't know what reaction is gonna get. I don't know if I'm gonna be downvoted or liked or what, but I tell the truth on these because I want everyone to know how I'm feeling. And I would encourage you to tell the truth as well. Especially if you're struggling with depression, because it's not easy. It's a battle. Every day is a battle. Every day is a battle between you and your depression. And some days you win and some days you lose. Yesterday I won, today I lost. But thank you all for listening. And I guess I'll see you guys next video. Alright, bye.